Here is a paraphrased version of your video script. Maintaining the original tone and style, the man a woman can't stop thinking about isn't necessarily the most attractive, the wealthiest, or even the funniest guy around. He's the one who understands a fundamental aspect of female psychology that 95% of men will never grasp. This has nothing to do with pickup lines, expensive presents, or acting like an alpha male. Right now, a man somewhere is making a woman feel something she's never felt before. It's not lust, comfort, or even traditional love. He's making her feel psychologically seen in a way that bypasses every defense she's built up over years of disappointing relationships. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some men effortlessly attract high-quality women, while others who seem to have it all struggle. You'll learn why the dating and relationship advice you've been given has been setting you up for failure. And you'll discover the single trait that makes a man truly unforgettable to a woman. But I have a warning for you. Once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. You'll realize how much time you've wasted trying to be attractive instead of just being attractive. Section 1. The validation trap: why everything you've been taught is backwards. Let me begin by destroying the biggest lie about attraction that has been ruining men's dating lives for decades. Women are not attracted to men who validate them. I know. Every dating guru, every romantic comedy, and every piece of relationship advice tells you the opposite. Make her feel special. Tell her she's beautiful. Show her how much you care. Validate her feelings. Here's the brutal truth. Validation is the quickest way to become invisible to a woman. Now, before you think I'm suggesting you be cruel or dismissive, let me explain the psychology behind what happens when you constantly shower a woman with validation. Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on influence reveals a counterintuitive aspect of human psychology. We value what we have to work for most. Something is obtained easily. Our brains literally assign it less value. This isn't a conscious choice. It's hardwired into our psychological reward systems. When you immediately validate a woman, when you agree with everything she says, constantly compliment her appearance, or make it obvious that you're seeking her approval, you're triggering what psychologists call cognitive ease. Her brain perceives your attention as low value because she put no effort into earning it. But here's where it gets truly interesting. The men who are naturally attractive to women, the ones women describe as different or intriguing, understand something about female psychology that goes deeper than simple validation theory. They understand that women don't want to be validated for who they already are. They want to be challenged to become who they could be. Let me give you a clear example. Two men meet the same woman at a coffee shop. She mentions she's a graphic designer. Man A, the validator, says, "Wow, that's amazing. You must be so creative. I bet you're really talented. That's such a cool job." Man B, the challenger, says, "Graphic design, huh? So you're one of those people who thinks choosing between 12 shades of blue is a creative decision?" He smiles slightly. "What kind of design actually challenges you?" "Man, I just told her she's already great." And B suggested she might not be living up to her potential and gave her a chance to prove him wrong. Guess which one she's still thinking about 3 hours later? This isn't about being mean or dismissive. It's about understanding that attraction is generated by psychological tension, not psychological comfort. The Stoic philosophers understood this principle in a different context. Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Applied to attraction, this means that for something new and exciting to begin between two people, something else has to end specifically. A woman's certainty about who she is and what she wants. The men women can't forget are the ones who gently disrupt their self-concept in a way that fosters growth, not the ones who simply confirm what they already know about themselves. Most men are so afraid of rejection and so desperate to be liked that they become psychological echo chambers, reflecting back to women exactly what they think women want to hear. But echo chambers don't create attraction. They create boredom. The man who understands this secret doesn't validate women. He elevates them, sees potential in them that they don't see in themselves, and refuses to accept the limited version of themselves they've settled for. And that, gentlemen, is the beginning of genuine attraction. Real quick, before we go deeper, I have something powerful for you. It's a free ebook called The Attraction Handbook. Inside, you'll learn how to make her crave you using just a few psychological moves. It's free for now, so grab it in the description or the pinned comment below. Section 2. The Psychological Gap. Why women choose men who remain mysterious. Sarah is a successful attorney, intelligent, accomplished, and used to being in control. She's dated lawyers, doctors, and entrepreneursmen who were, on paper, perfect matches. But she never felt that electric pull or that constant mental preoccupation with someone. Then she meets Jake. Jake is a carpenter. He builds custom furniture, lives in a converted warehouse, reads philosophy books during his lunch breaks, and has strong opinions about things she's never considered. When she talks about her high-stress cases, he doesn't offer solutions or sympathy. He asks her why she chose a career that seems to contradict her values. Within 3 weeks, this highly rational woman is rearranging her schedule to spend time with a man who challenges everything she thought she wanted in a partner. What? Did Jake understand that her previous boyfriends didn't? The psychological gap. Here's what modern psychology reveals about female attraction. It will change how you interact with women forever. Women are most attracted to men they can't completely figure out. Dr. Helen Fisher's neurological research on love and attraction shows that uncertainty activates the brain's reward system more powerfully than certainty. When we can't predict someone's behavior or fully understand their motivations, our brains become obsessed with solving the puzzle. But here's the crucial part. It's not about being unpredictable in a chaotic or unreliable way. It's about maintaining what I call psychological depth, having layers of personality, interests, and thought processes that can't be immediately categorized or understood. Most men, in their eagerness to connect with women, reveal everything about themselves too quickly. They share their entire life story on the first date. They explain their motivations, justify their decisions, and make themselves completely psychologically transparent. They think this creates intimacy. In reality, it creates boredom. The men who attract women effortlessly understand that mystery isn't about withholding information. It's about having a rich enough inner life that there's always more to discover. Carl Jung wrote about this concept in his work on the anima and animus. He observed that we are most attracted to people who embody qualities we haven't fully developed in ourselves. For many women, especially those who are highly successful or controlling, they are drawn to men who possess a kind of psychological freedom they haven't given themselves permission to experience. Jake, the carpenter, wasn't mysterious because he was secretive. He was mysterious because he had genuine depth. He read philosophy not to impress anyone, but because ideas fascinated him. He chose his profession not for status, but because he loved creating things with his hands. He had developed aspects of himself that weren't designed to attract women. They attracted women as a side effect. Here's the practical application. Stop trying to be understood and start trying to be interesting. When a woman asks you about your job, don't just describe your duties. Talk about what fascinates you about the work or what you're learning that's changing how you see the world. When she shares a problem, don't immediately offer solutions. Ask her questions that help her think about the situation differently. The psychological gap isn't about being distant or aloof. It's about being present, but not completely accessible. It's about engaging with her mind in ways that create curiosity. Rather than certainty, think about the people in your life who fascinate you. They're not the ones you completely understand. They're the ones who surprise you, who have unexpected depths, who make you curious about what they're thinking. Women want to feel that same curiosity about you. And the beautiful irony is this: the less you try to be understood, the more deeply women want to understand you. Section 3. The Sovereignty Principle. Why? Dependence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. They're single quotes. A moment in every woman's romantic history that she remembers with startling clarity. Not the moment she fell in love, but the moment she realized she wanted something she couldn't have. It wasn't because the man was cruel or rejecting. It was because he possessed something that modern men have systematically trained themselves: out of complete psychological independence. Let me be crystal clear about what this means, because independence has been misunderstood and misrepresented by both pickup artists and relationship experts. Independence isn't about being emotionally unavailable. It's not about playing games or being deliberately difficult. It's not about not caring about women or relationships. True independence is about having a life so rich, so purposeful, so genuinely fulfilling that a woman's presence enhances it but doesn't complete it. Marcus Aurelius and